Hey everyone, I'm Chris. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen on this St. Patrick's Day. Now, for those of you who know me, you know I'm pretty comfortable in the kitchen. I like to cook, I like to bake, and I'm one of those annoying people that takes pictures of everything I do and posts it on Facebook and the web. So, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I thought I'd share with you the family recipe that I actually got from my mother-in-law. That is, of course, a tradition here on St. Patrick's Day. I'm talking about, of course, Irish soda bread. Now, I know a lot of people who are like, Irish soda bread, dry. Well, I've made this for my coworkers for several years in a row now, and I always get the same comment. I didn't like Irish soda bread until I tasted this one because it's so moist, and it is. It's good, it's moist. So here's what you're gonna need to make, let's call this Mother Marge's Irish soda bread. Here we go. You're gonna need 4 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 6 tablespoons of butter, 1½ cups of raisins, 2 eggs, and 1½ cups of milk. All right, so just a few simple ingredients go into this. The first thing, of course, you want to get your oven preheating to 325 degrees. You're also going to need a 2-quart casserole dish to bake this in, and it doesn't hurt to have a Guinness on hand, but that comes later. All right, let's get started here. 4 cups of flour. We're gonna scoop these out and we're gonna get these sifted because you don't want any lumps or little buggies or anything that might be crawling around in there, right? Not that there are in my pantry, don't worry. All right, I'll get the first 2 in there, and then I'm gonna put the second 2 in, and we're going to throw all the other ingredients on top of this. And we'll get this out of our way. All right, I'm going to add the 3 tablespoons of sugar. Tablespoon baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon salt. Helps if you hold it the right way. 1 teaspoon salt. All right, let's finish sifting all this together. All right, there we go. Get this out of the way. Next, the butter. You're gonna need 6 tablespoons of butter. So hack off the last 2 tablespoons of a stick, but hang on to this. I'm gonna use that later. And hang on to this, because we're going to use it to butter our casserole dish. Put that right in there. All right, now I like to split the butter into quarters the long way here. Cube it up. And now here's where you get to get dirty. All this goes into the flour mixture. Side. Get rid of this knife where I cut myself. Now just dive in, okay? You can maybe do this with 2 knives and, you know, some scissor action. If you had a pastry cutter, maybe. But, you know, I kind of like just digging my hands in here and crushing up these things. It's kind of therapeutic in a way. So what you're looking for is a consistency of coarse crumbs, okay? Once you mush all this butter and flour and other ingredients together, you know, you'll have something resembling that. All right, we're getting there. It helps if you have a bigger bowl than I have too, because this tends to get a little bit messy, but. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, feels good to me. All right, now to this, you're gonna add the 1.5 cups of raisins. And you're just gonna toss those in there. All right, now for the eggs and milk. Got 2 eggs. Give those a little whisk. To that, you're going to add 1.5 cups of milk. Perfect. Now we're going to combine the wet and the dry, and then you're going to get your workout in. Because this is tough to mix. So gently, otherwise you're going to have a big floury explosion everywhere. Sort of work all this liquid into the flour mixture. And it's going to get real tough here in a minute, you watch. It's okay, because you're going to burn a few calories doing this. You'll put them right back on when you start eating this stuff when it comes out of the oven later. What I'm looking for are any pockets of dry stuff. You kind of want to get those wet so you don't have some big nasty cave in your bread when you're done. All right, that looks good. Looks perfect actually. All right, we'll put that aside for a moment. Now, take your 2-quart casserole dish and your buttery paper and just butter this casserole dish. Nice and slick there. All right, now take this mass. See what happens? I found some dry stuff on the bottom, trying to get away from me. There we go. Scrape that in here. Almost got it all. All right, just like I said, don't be afraid to use your fingers. I washed before I did this. Spread that around. Perfect. Now this goes into your 325-degree oven. And that's going to cook for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And what better to do to kill 1 hour and 20 minutes on St. Patrick's Day than to have a nice Guinness while you're waiting, right? All right. I'm going to enjoy this while that's baking. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, welcome back everyone. So this cooked for 1 hour and 20 minutes at 325. I let it rest for 10 minutes before trying to do anything with it, and right now we'll get it. Ah! Now look at that. I mean, how gorgeous is that? And we're going to cut into it. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'll save half of that for later. I'm gonna cut off a nice couple of slices here. Perfect. With that extra couple of tablespoons of butter I told you to hang on to, I'm gonna slather some all over this bad boy. Both of these. Nice. Perfect. Like I said, it's a good dense bread, but it's not dry. I mean, you know, it's almost cake-like, and that's good. Wow. Perfect thing to go with a cold beer on St. Patrick's Day. So, thanks for joining me here in my kitchen. I hope maybe I've inspired you to take a chance, try this recipe out, and you know, enjoy the holiday. Cheers. Take care. Bye. Yeah.